What's going on today, guys? Massive service fee here, and today we'll be talking about the changes made to Beatstars and why it's become a problem for a lot of people. Beatstars is the most popular beat selling platform in the world. Abe Bastion formed the Austin-based company in 2008, featuring free and paid plans. You can sell exclusive licenses or non-exclusive licenses, and that's it for my NPC portion of this video. Anyways, so Beatstars posted that they had an announcement on August 18th that was coming on August 22nd. This must be something huge. Okay, it's August 22nd. I need to know what's happening. Oh, a video. Okay, I like videos.
When I started Beatstars 15 years ago...
Okay, so we got this video here where it looks like the CEO is being held at gunpoint. Never a good sign.
I knew there was going to be a big weight of responsibility.
Hey, there's a picture of Curtis King there. I'd recognize that forehead anywhere. Hi, Curtis.
Right when we realized we had the blessing of becoming the honorary custodian of the most beautiful music the world has ever heard.
I have several things wrong with that sentence. I'm not even gonna elaborate, but you can probably figure it out for yourself there. Okay, fine. Most beautiful music the world has ever heard. There's been music before Beatstars, for sure, and I think a lot of people would argue a lot of the greats came way before people were selling beats online. He proceeds to glaze us beat sellers for the next minute or two, talking about our accomplishments, how we're labeled as outcasts. I'm just like one of you, man.
And as your partner, we couldn't be more grateful. It's time for Beatstars to step up and provide even greater support for you, the global community.
Okay, yeah, I'm excited about that. All right. Okay.
To grow this movement, we will need to heavily invest back into the platform that has not only changed my life, but everyone that it touches. And in order for us to do that, Beatstars has to make some real changes to its subscription plans.
Oh, fuck. I have an open mind. Let's hear him out here.
You, the trailblazing creator that's cooking up the next sound of our generation.
Trailblazing, yeah, okay. Next sound of our generation, yeah. Okay, now we have like a corporate presentation here. Also not the best look. More benefits, now just $19.99 a year. That's actually one good change about it though, but we'll talk about that in a bit. That was a cool video. My favorite part was when they left out the fact that they added a 12% service fee for anybody buying a beat through the marketplace. They also made it so you can no longer use Stripe as a payment processor. We'll elaborate on that in a little bit here. Now, a lot of people were upset about this 12% service charge that they added. As you can tell by looking at the like to dislike ratio here, a 12% fee is literally insane. How are we going to advertise a product for a price? Yeah, basically everyone's saying percent fee, 12% fee, remove the 12% fee. Honestly, I feel like something bad is happening. Targeted promo campaigns would be lit. But yeah, basically one problem with the promo campaigns is it's not targeting certain types of buyers. Now, the reason they claim they added this service charge, well, they didn't claim it in this video, but they did later on, is that they've been doing this for 15 years. They've been paying for the taxes for some reason for everyone who is buying beats or selling beats. I'm not sure why. They should have just had that in there. That seems like a really weird thing to leave out. They've also been paying for the hosting and whatnot, and they realized it wasn't sustainable just recently for some reason after 15 years. They apparently only make money from the monthly and annual fees that they charge people. On the plus side, the Pro Page and Blaze players, whatever, I don't know what the fuck that is, do not include a buyer service fee on transactions. So it's just for everyone below that, essentially. Apparently, the Blaze player is their embeddable player for your beats. Sorry, I didn't know this. I use Airbit. Now, one reason I see people being upset about this is that it's a percentage. So it basically scales up the more you are selling your beat for. Now, keep in mind, this is a fee that is tacked on to the person buying the beat. So if they're buying a beat for $50, they have to pay an extra $6. If they're buying a beat for $500, they have to pay an extra $60. The fact that it scales up depending on how expensive the beat is doesn't really make a lot of sense since it's about hosting. It doesn't cost more to host a $600 beat versus a $6 beat. It costs the same regardless. So it would make more sense for it to be a flat rate or put a cap on how much the service fee can go up to. Now, the big problem with this sort of service fee is that it probably makes a lot of people exit out of the shopping cart once they see that, resulting in less beat sales. Now, they're more likely likely to do this the larger the purchase is, I'm assuming, unless it's a beat they really have or the money is just burning a hole in their pocket and they don't care. Now, since the service fee is only through the marketplace, you generally don't really have any sort of relationship with these people, so you're less likely to have contact with them and be able to talk it out before they exit out of the website. Now, Beatstars has been covering the selling and buying tax fees for some reason for a very long time, and I'm not sure why they've been doing that. I feel like that's something they shouldn't have done to begin with. I'm sure there wouldn't have been people not using it because their tax wasn't covered. It seems like something that only served to disservice them. I don't think there's anyone expecting Beatstars to cover their taxes on sales. So I feel like they essentially just created a problem for themselves and gave themselves another reason to charge more in the future. It's kind of weird to put a bunch of weight on yourself and then be like, guys, I need more muscles. Now, there are a few good things about the Beatstars changes though. One of them being that the entry-level non-free plan costs about 1/4 or 1/5 as much. Now, I don't understand why they changed the price on this just to milk customers more down the road whenever they're buying a beat. If I had to guess why, it's probably because they are making more money on these service fees than they would be by charging the extra money for the membership, especially since it's a percentage and not a flat rate. They also added this new thing called Seeds, which is essentially an ethical sourced AI, claimed to be made by musicians for musicians. You know, that's what they all say, obviously. Now, generally, when they talk about ethical AI, it's something that's accountable, fair, transparent. Now, I'm assuming with music, it's something that hasn't just been trained by a bunch of Spotify songs or anything that they don't have the rights to. If I had to guess though, I would assume that means the AI is probably also worse because it has less songs to be trained off of, but this is just speculation. It also says it can give you millions of ideas. It will generate ideas for you, which is great because I think making beats is already too hard as it is. Sarcasm. It's not like we have a million copycat generic type beat producers running around at the moment. I generally don't understand what is the motive for people to make software like this. A, there's already a lot of it out there. B, it doesn't seem like they're making a lot of money off it. Now, it's included free with the Beatstar plans, but you're limited on how many credits you have. It's 50 for the starter and 250 for the pro, and if you want to refill it, it's going to cost money. And I believe that limit is just for the month. Is this what the service fees were paying for? It's probably not what's paying for it, but that'd be funny if it was. So I'm assuming the heavy users will be paying money for more credits. Now, it says it has limitless MIDI progressions. Your days are numbered, Unison Audio. But are they good though? Now, the CEO responded to this controversy, as he should have, because it's much better than ignoring it. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I'm going to get through some of the bullet points here. So he starts off with the positive. The starter plan is only $19.99 a year versus $89, which is good. That includes the AI thing though. I don't know how much of you guys really care, but it has unlimited uploads to tracks, sound kits, and services, so that's good. The Pro page is now called Professional. Not sure why. They're going to be adding much bigger perks to Pro this year. He just said it was called Professional, so now he's calling it Pro again. Don't really understand why. It's not the character limit, because so they addressed removing Stripe here. I feel like number one should have been the 12% buyer service fee, but whatever. I guess Stripe isn't able to handle millions of collab sales, and since they're not able to handle that, it basically messes up business for the customers, so that does make sense. They say they have plans to unveil an alternative global payment system, so that's good. Now they're talking about the 12% buyer service fee. Ooh, this is important. I guess essentially it was due to the annual storage, delivery, and discovery costs. He's like, hey, you've been enjoying it free for 15 years, fucker. You should be thanking us. Other marketplaces are charging the sellers up to 20% of transactions. This fee helps us keep the lights on and allows us to further expand on marketing, engineering, and support. Now, what they need to address here is why is it 12%? The fact that it's a percentage, like I said, it scales up the more the price is. Now I'm not saying that the percentage scales up. I'm saying that the amount of money a percentage is scales up the bigger the price is. So if you're selling a $6,000 beat, I don't know what that is. You're paying like $700 though, essentially. Just for the service fee. There should probably be a cap on it of at least like $50 or $30 or something, just because like 12% could be ridiculous, you know? Now I'm sure they're losing out on a lot of business because of this. ProPage and Blaze players, they don't have a buyer service fee on transactions. They've been covering the sales tax for sellers for some reason, not sure why. Like, of course that's going to create a massive burden on your company. Like, why would you even do that to begin with? Essentially, he said sorry for they failed at communicating it. I really kind of feel like they tried to slide it in there with the update, but not address it in the video for some reason. Essentially, a lot of people that sell beats were upset with this though, because they know that they're going to lose out on business because of it, which is fair. Now, following this, they added another thing. So they basically, instead of getting rid of the service fee or changing the percentage or changing, like adding a cap to it, they decided to allow producers to cover the service fee for their customers. which I guess they decided to implement this because many producers suggested this, which I think was not a good solution to this. Nobody wants to be paying $500 on a $5,000 sale. Like I said, the better thing to do would be to introduce like a cap on the service fee or make it like a flat rate. Maybe like have the flat rate scale up depending on the beat sale if you want to do it that way. But just having a flat 12% is crazy. Obviously, you can see people in the comments mostly not happy about this. So if we choose to cover our customers' fees, we're inquiring 2 fees. On a transaction from a sale this morning, I was deducted a PayPal fee, a partner fee, and now I'll have to cover my customer's fee for each transaction. What am I paying for the subscription for? That brings about another solution. They could have just charged more for the yearly or monthly subscriptions and then covered, the money they need to make. I feel like they're kind of spreading out the money in a weird way where nobody wins, essentially. It makes everyone feel like they're losing all the time, unless they're selling a lot of beats, essentially, and you just don't have to care about it, It is kind of hilarious for people to see this, though, that do not know that producers were suggesting doing this. Oh, you don't want your customers to pay a fee? Well, how about you pay a fee? It has people saying, oh, these companies are so greedy. It's really hard to judge, like, how much more money they need, if they're being greedy or if they actually need the money to cover costs. Like I said, they were covering costs for taxes for some reason, which makes no sense. You're basically always going to lose as a company if you're doing that. It's not going to be good unless you're making an insane amount of money. I don't know why they do that to begin with. If you press the like button on this video, I will make you pay for the 12% service fee. You're welcome. If you made it to the end of the video, comment no down below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to check out my other video talking about how Beatstars promo can be a scam. Make sure to check out my Patreon if you haven't, want to support the channel. Great way to get perks, as well as make sure I keep the lights on. No service fees, guys, I promise. Consider checking out the Demon Time merch. Can't promise I'm waiving the tax either on that. I'll see you guys next time.